can all say anything must say.
Okay, we are Fusion Music and we are lucky to meet the host of this event. We are at Afro Fest first edition today. Yeah, and first of all, introduce yourself.
My name is Bonnie Cross Lee.
And I'm Toy Wyndham.
What's the purpose of this event?
Well, this event is basically to gather all the Black people in Taiwan. We have quite a lot from all over the world, Africa, America, Caribbean, the Latin world as well.
Yeah.
So we thought that we should gather together to celebrate, first of all, our achievements as Black people in Taiwan,
Yeah.
because there are a lot of things we've done here. That's all I can say.
And also just to show that there is diversity here in Taiwan, we want to highlight our cultures. We want to show people like this is what our culture is about. It's about love. It's about celebration and joy and just community, bringing everyone together and just like having a big party. It's always about fun.
And will this event continue every year?
Yes.
Well, I mean, you heard it, first edition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There should be a
nice.
second edition.
Yeah.
See you
Yes.
next year.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
for
will.
sure,
You
yeah.
will.
I'm curious, like, what's your job here?
I am a teacher and a musician.
Musician, yeah.
I'm a writer too. I wrote a book recently,
Oh.
yeah, last year, which is actually it's in the Taiwan National Library.
Oh.
So yes, and yeah, I do,
About what?
it's a poem book. It's called Tales in the Shadow, and I have all these poems about my experiences and my thoughts and all that. So yeah.
In
that's-
Mandarin?
No, it's in English, but I haven't
Oh.
translated. Someone's got to translate it to Mandarin. But it's,
But in Taiwan, like national library, it's a good.
it's a good achievement.
impressive.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
I was
good.
shocked. I was shocked. Trust me. Yeah.
Okay, how about you?
I do a bit of everything. I do social media marketing. I also have my own business here for promoting and organizing events. It's called Tishan in Chinese, but then in English it's Elevate Taiwan. I'm all about creating events and experiences that will promote diversity and culture, music, art. I'm happy to be a part of this project.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'm just involved in the community. Yeah.
and since you all have music background, do you listen to any Taiwanese music?
A lot.
A lot.
A little
Wow.
bit.
A lot. I'm a musician. I sing in a couple of bars here, and I mean I love JJ Lee. I love Jolene Tsai.
I
Yeah.
like Nick the Real.
Nick the Real.
Yeah,
All right, yeah.
yeah,
So
he's
I mean,
good.
yeah, I cover some of the songs actually.
Oh.
Yeah. So in Mandarin, I try to. Yes.
Maybe you can name one your favorite.
I
song?
love I love Yato.
Oh, 张震岳,
Yes.
yeah, 爱我别走,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So I love that song.
That's
pretty
such a
much.
lovely song.
It is.
Yeah. We're here because we're curious about like foreigners about learning Mandarin by singing or by learning Chinese songs.
And being immersed in a country, like staying here in Taiwan, you get to learn and practice Mandarin versus just being in a classroom. In a
Yeah.
classroom, they give you the grammar, they give you the foundation, but it's when you're out and interacting with people and getting to know people, that's when you really have a good grasp of the language, the culture, like you're here, like we're here. So it's like, yes, we're involved, we're immersed, and this is home for us. Like we've been here for a very long time. I've been here over 6 years. Like
6 years.
yeah, like we've been here for quite a while. This is home for us.
Oh. So can you showcase some your Chinese Mandarin?
可以。
我的中文不好，Yeah，可惜我爱你。
我在高中开始学中文，
学中文
对，所以在大学我也学中文。
哦
我的 major 是中文，
哦
也是语言。
language.
Yeah. 我也住在中国，在贵州，
哦
对，1年了。
哦
Actually, that's better than me.
I studied for half my life now.
And do you write any songs,
I write
original songs?
Yes, I'm actually writing a song in Chinese right now.
Oh, really?
It's called Lulu.
I can't wait to hear
Lulu.
it.
It's a It's a girl's name?
Lily's a girl. Lily's always a girl. It's a love song.
Is
Yeah.
it like heartbreak or like you're in love
No,
with her?
it's a love song. No,
There we go.
heartbreak.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. My first Chinese song should be a love song.
I love it. I love that.
Yeah, I can't sing it now because of copyright, but you'll hear it pretty soon.
Oh,
We'll let
okay.
you know when he has the performance for it.
Yeah, if you release that song, let us. We will
I'll
share your
definitely
song.
we do that.
Yeah, nice,
Sure,
nice.
yeah.
And we can maybe help your grammar if you want.
Yeah, man, you should, man. I need that. I need that. Everything possible to get me get a gist of the language. Really good.
Do you write by yourself or with your bandmates? Oh, the guy, right?
Yeah. No, I rap by myself, and
Oh.
you know they help me play, and they just work out the structure of the songs. But yeah,
Yeah.
most of the time I write by myself.
Okay, okay.
I'm not.
Maybe we
not
can collaborate.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of musicians in Taiwan and they want to collaborate with foreigners.
I'm
That would be
open.
awesome.
Yeah, and we can take you to like bigger stage,
Definitely.
music
Yes,
festival.
let's do that.
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd
we
love
want
to do
you-
that.
Yeah. And what's your band's name?
I got
we
two
want to share
bands.
your band in the channel.
Kora band, Kora. Then I have Higher Roots, which is gonna play later.
Oh.
Maybe at 7 o'clock. Yeah. So I got
Stick around for that.
Yeah,
It's
two
gonna be
African
good.
bands, two reggae African bands.
Oh, okay, I see.
So yeah, stick around.
Yeah, and do you have any social media that we can share on the channel?
Yes, Higher Roots,
Higher
higher,
Roots.
then Root to the Z, and then Kora is Kora. Yeah, just look for that on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, we will definitely share your page and
Right.
music. You
I
have
appreciate
music
that.
on Spotify or something?
On Reverb Nation, I haven't put it on Spotify yet, but it's on Reverb Nation. It's kind of an. It's got.
It sounds
the
like
days of
karaoke.
MySpace. It's the days of MySpace. Do you remember MySpace?
Yeah,
oh my
Yeah,
God.
so those are the
So
days,
old
right?
school, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm kind of old school, but I'm gonna ship my music to Spotify. But on YouTube, I got some music stuff. Boney Cross, BONEYKROS.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, really fun.
Last, do you want to say anything to our audience?
Come out for next one. We're gonna have a second edition. Know that we're here. We're here for a lot of great music, events, promoting our culture and connecting with people, creating community. Also, you can find me on IG at Toy Stories, TOISSTORIES. So these are my stories.
How about you, Bonnie?
Well, same thing, but I gotta say, like, being in Taiwan, I mean, it's a beautiful country, but our strive is to make sure that the Taiwanese embrace us as a culture. Because, I mean, we're awesome. No bragging, but we're awesome. And Taiwanese people are one of the most awesome people that I've met as well. And I believe that if we embrace and accept each other, that's going to be a vibe. You know? So that's what I gotta say.
We want to keep building the vibes.
Yeah. All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, and that's all for today. Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah, good event. Good event. And first of all, what's your name?
So Justin Green, DJ name Afrologik. Well, first time I've DJ'd under the name Afrologik.
Oh, okay, I see. Will you continue to use this name in the future?
I want to continue using it because I have a real passion for African music, African rhythms. So I chose Afrologik. It felt very logical. It meant music within the name itself. And then delivering African music, either Afrobeat or high life music, even going through to Afro techno. I really enjoy all the genres and all those rhythms that come with the African vibe.
Oh. When did you get inspired by African music?
It's a good question. I think I was probably around 25, somewhere between 25 and 30. I started getting into African music. I found Fela Kuti. He's one of my favorites. He's considered the godfather of the Afrobeat sound. And all his band, really, really very big band, have all kind of gone off and done their own music as well. And they're all fantastic as well. The drummer, Tony Allen from Fela Kuti's band, I absolutely love every drum beat he's ever done. So it kind of brings this whole rhythm and energy to my body, African music that the other music only just touches.
Why not like to be a drummer rather than doing DJ right now?
Yeah, that's a good question too. So I've, since around my 20s, I'm 45 now, I've always been into rhythms. I started playing bongos, congas, djembes. Never kind of took any of them up professionally, but I got into playing the cajon, which is more of a Peruvian drum. the one that you sit on like a box drum.
Yeah.
I really enjoy playing that, and I've played that since around 20 years old. Back in the UK, where I'm from, playing the cajon was very easy. You'd go to an open mic night and you could just join people, and it kind of gave an extra energy to that open mic. But here in Taiwan, I've had to change that, because in Taiwan, every venue where there's an open mic actually has a full drum kit. And
Yes.
one cajon cannot compete with a full drum kit.
Yeah.
It's just too much noise. I've since bought my own drum kit, but it's very different to just hand percussion. So I'm kind of a beginner, getting into intermediate level, but still not very good yet. So learning the drums.
Oh, okay.
And I do try to play Tony Allen style rhythms. That's one of the first things that I'm trying to do, so that I can get that kind of African style beat into any other music that I can join people with.
Why did you come to Taiwan?
Okay. So I came to Taiwan in 2020, January, just before the COVID hit, and I came here for work. So I'm working on offshore wind farm development and construction. So I'm the project quality director. Yeah, so I came here 3 years ago for that, 3.5 maybe, and really enjoying Taiwan. I think it's a great country, great people, and great opportunities for everyone here.
And do you listen to any Taiwanese music?
I do a little, yeah. Probably older style Taiwanese music. So I do like Teresa Teng. Teresa Teng, is that right? Have I said that right?
I don't know.
Like really old, very old, like 60s kind of style. Like your mum and dad, maybe even your grandparents would be listening to.
Oh.
So I like a bit of that. But actually I've found some good bands here as well. I really like Countervalve. I don't know if you heard of them. Countervalve.
Valve.
They're kind of like a Taiwanese, this very heavy rock music, but kind of like a bit of a Nirvana kind of sound.
Oh.
So it's like Nirvana Taiwanese. I'm not entirely sure what they're saying, but I love the grooves. I love the all of the music they do. I also really like a band called Hue, and that's kind of rock music, a little bit more towards US style rock maybe, but that's good. There's a band called It's Your Fault, who are really jazzy, kind of funky.
I know.
You know them?
I know the basis of the band.
Really?
Yeah. They're like a fusion,
Yeah.
jazz, and
super cool.
yeah.
Love their album User Guide 1.
Oh.
Super good album. So yeah, Taiwan's got some good music.
How did you find all those music?
Just found them randomly, and probably through algorithms through Spotify.
Oh.
And then sort of when I start looking at certain types of music, I kind of go on a musical journey in Spotify, and I kind of go off on those kind of tree limbs to try and find, well, what does that connect to and what does that connect to? And I think listening to a few Taiwanese bands just slowly connected to more and more Taiwanese bands. So yeah, I like it a lot.
Are you considering make some Taiwanese music in your beats?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I haven't considered it yet, but maybe I should. Maybe I should look into that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you learn like some beats or like music?
Yeah, so I now I've got a drum kit. I go for a 1 hour lesson a week for drumming lessons. That helps me to speed up my learning, really, because he pushes me, my teacher. I think I'm not ready, and he says, "You're ready. Move on. You've got that now. You know how to learn it." So I definitely pick up certain beats from that. It's made me learn how to read drum music as well, so I can kind of look at a drum beat music, and I can now turn that into a rhythm while I'm playing.
I see.
Again, I'm still a beginner. I'm still not that good, but I understand it. So in the future, hopefully, I should be able to just see a drum sheet rhythm and get into it.
Oh, so is your teacher a Taiwanese drummer?
He's Taiwanese, yeah.
Oh, so
yeah.
how do he or she teach you in English or?
Yeah, in English, and he generally finds different bits of music and writes different drum scores that he knows that I'm interested in. Asks me questions on sort of where I'd like to head with it, and gives me the skills to get better control and better timing. So yeah, it's very super useful.
All right, that's all for today. Thank you for taking
Thank
the
you.
interview.
I really enjoyed that.